Hey guys, welcome. In this video, I'm taking you through the journal I made for Tim Holtz Live. This is to celebrate Tim's laboratory fabric line. This book was so fun to put together. Of course, Tim's fabrics are always the best. On the cover of the book, I have a pocket with some tags tucked inside. I've pinned on some IDEA-OLOGY, a bone from Boneyard, a little metal spider. The 24 is from the Curator fabric. I've just cut a little portion out, punched a hole. All that's hanging from a loop pin. Fabric books are so tactile and fun. So many things you can do with the fabric that you can't do with paper. So they're the same yet a little different. So this is one of the tags that I have in my pocket. The background is a Curator label. I love mixing IDEA-OLOGY with the fabric, so I have a paper doll, the little metal story stick. The words most unusual and the number 435 come from the creepy clippings fabric. I treated the fabric just like paper, cut little pieces out, and I've added it throughout the journal. I've topped the tag with two different fabrics, specimen, which is so cool, and a salvaged edge. I cut the portion that said laboratory, and then I have a little bit of fabric twine. This next tag, I've taken a skull from Anatomy, fused it with Heat and Bond Light to the floral fabric Forgotten, which is gorgeous, and then I cut it out. I've done the same with the Curator labels, put them together with the Heat and Bond Light, which is sewable, so it allowed me to stitch my labels together and create a long tail. So the pocket on the front cover is actually a long strip of fabric that I've wrapped around to the inside cover, which of course creates a pocket on the inside. I've layered some fabrics at the top, another tag where I've used a mix of the fabrics, a cutout from specimen, creepy clippings, a Curator label. It's really fun to mix and match the fabrics just as you would paper. For the tabs at the top of my tags, I've used scraps of fabric and just layered those together. For my pages in this book, I've done something different. Instead of using paper as my background, I've used fabric. So here I have the specimen as my background. I've layered a lot of the labels from Curator. You can see I've cut out a bug and layered him on top of that tag. So a lot of layering with the fabrics, and then I have my focal points of IDEA-OLOGY. All my page tabs are cutouts from Curator. So this page was a lot of fun. I have a lot of different fabrics layered in the background, and then I've taken molecular, which is one of my favorites, and cut those apart and layered those in kind of a fun random way. If you're wondering about the loose threads that you see in my stitching, those come from when I wash my fabrics. When I first get my fabrics, I wash them. There's always a ball of threads that comes along with that. And so I take them apart and then just add them in randomly to my stitching. In the center of the book is a large pocket. I've used fabric scraps to create the tabs, and then I have more labels trailing from those tabs. On the hinge clip, I've used some of that tattered thread and stitched it to the label. So because I have such a large pocket, I needed a large insert. And so I used Anatomy canvas cloth because the large size, that image is just perfect as a background. And then I have some Curator labels, some IDEA-OLOGY, used a little clippings, the creepy clippings. On the edge, I have some of the specimen, a little bit of tattered thread. And as with all my tags, I've topped it with a mix of fabrics, some fabric twine. The ends of all my fabric twine, I've wrapped them with little bits of fabric. I've backed this one with some backdrops, which is perfect with these colors. On the back side, I've sewn on a small pocket. In that pocket is two tags that I've made from die cutting fabric with Tim Holtz Sissick's Chapter 3, the specimen collection. I have IDEA-OLOGY photo in this one. Super easy. The word secret is cut from creepy clippings. I really love that with this fabric line, I was able to cut out bits and pieces and incorporate it just as you would paper ephemera. This one was fun. I took an IDEA-OLOGY photo from Halloween, put a skull sticker over the top of him from the sticker book, and then I have more of those labels pieced together. On this page, I used one of my favorite techniques where I take a strip of fabric, twist it, and sew it down to the background to hold it in place. I like the touch of the orange thread, and you can see I used a lot of different fabrics as my background. There's more of that tattered thread. This next page is another fun one. So the background is striped and specimen. In front of the paper dolls is that really cool large scale skull from Anatomy canvas cloth, a cutout from creepy clippings, just so super easy and fun. There's one more pocket with a tag. This one, the background is Curator canvas cloth. On top of the tattered thread is one of the bugs from Specimen. It's so cool that the bugs vary in size. There's really tiny ones up to really big ones. And this one was good for this tag. It was just perfect. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.